the entire area, it will become like a mining office for us. So then Kanchi Kohli and others will start beating me saying, अरे अभी तक तो तुम जंगल के लिए सबके लिए बोला, अभी तो mining. नहीं नहीं, I'm just saying, not you, but many friends who are with us, who are on the conservation side, will have a problem on the approach. So, I mean, why media will have an issue? So like that, it is a dilemma. We really don't know. So all we are saying is between the contractors and the village, if you can sit down and find space and show us your final agreement, we'll tell you. That's the only thing.
But that is not called adjudication. It is called alternative resolution.
No, whatever. Whatever.
Call some Naxalites to do it. They do it really well.
Well, I
Sorry.
experience. So the point is, anyway, SR Gujarat and all these guys pay the Naxals and get their stuff.
See, I was a member of the National Committee constituted by Ministry of Environment Forest on bauxite mining.
Yeah.
I have agreed to be member, knowing fully well that I will not be able to do justice completely to the tribals, but at the same time I can do injustice to the industry committee. Frank, I discussed before accepting that assignment. I have discussed with Ravi and all my friends who are there. See, the problem there is, as he was telling, the committee was not allowed to go to the mining area visit. There was a lot of protest. We were almost garrowed in the hotel for 3 days. In these 3 days, the contractor and the forest officer has brought almost 3 busloads of youth saying that we want mining, we want employment. That is. Then the committee chairman said, this is one section of the people want mining. Another section, political NGO, they don't want mining. And we could not go into the villages. What do we do? What do we write? While this discussion was going on, one of the brokers of the mining this thing, he sat beside me, said, sir, give me your room's key. Then why? I want to put some present in your this thing. I said, I know. I will not give it. Then after 10 minutes, I am telling this exactly this happened before the district collector and everybody there. The second one is, he said, after some time he came back saying that your ring is a very ordinary ring. I will replace it with a diamond ring. Then I said, if you are repeating this, I will announce in the meeting before everybody that you are trying to bribe. So this is the first type of luring even the committee members. And the committee members, the other 2 committee members are forest people, and one of them has already given a stage 1 clearance in the Government of India when he was in service.
He's the main culprit.
So he doesn't want to say anything else. So this is the dynamics of, I'm not blaming individuals, the dynamics of even a national committee where it's very difficult to go out of this strong lobbies. Then the threat comes because you are always talking in favor of tribals in the committee meeting. Then he says there will be some deaths here and there. Means then I said, what deaths? Sir, we will die because we have invested. But he doesn't mean that. He says that the committee member may also be. See, this is the kind of the mafia of mining, whether it is sand mining or bauxite mining. How to protect the tribals from this? How to empower the tribals to protect themselves is a real challenge. PISA, after 13 years, the orders have come, and 2 more years, only last year, the elections were held. That means real operation period started now. But many of the people do not know what are the provisions of the PISA. And the one danger of PISA, if you have if you give me another 2-3 minutes only, one danger of PISA is if the Gram Sabha accepts that, if the it is finished. And it's very easy to tackle a Gram Sabha at the lowest level because they are poor, illiterate, gullible, and then that is one danger of Gram Sabha. One good thing of Gram Sabha, they can oppose like what they have done in Niyamgiri. If they don't oppose, accept it, hands off. That is the danger of this thing.
Just on PESA, could you also say a bit about the FRA and how that has affected these questions in Andhra Pradesh?
Actually, he's right. He mentioned in his presentation also that, see, AP is the only state that has a State Forest Act. AP Forest Act of 1967. So, while the entire country is looking at 1927 Forest Act, Indian Forest Act, we have the AP Forest Act. Now, our people have done, and by the way, we also have the distinction of being part of Madras Presidency. So, the first Forest Act in the country was in our area, 1882. So, most of the settlements in the areas where I work, the settlements, forest settlement has been done in 1880s or before the turn. And what a difference between that settlement and the settlement done in 67. In 67, Pennyman sir, sorry. See, normally if this is a block of forest and say this is a block of forest and these are two villages, you know. So the settlement done by the Britishers took in a larger area, that means population increase, etc., etc., and fixed the forest boundaries a little far away. Now, the ones done in 1967 actually reduced it. So you find chain or like the chain link which is used for survey was, I mean, holes were dug in the houses to pull the chain. Why do you need it? I mean, you don't have to take, Forest Department is the biggest landlord. Figures of Paderu agency or the tribal area is, if you take 100% as the tribal area, 76% belongs to Forest Department. So, the rest in which you can remove half of it for encroachment, sir. Then half of it for government buildings, roads, whatnot. So, ultimately, tribal people of 6 lakh population only has 5 or 6% of this 100%. And there also they want to take away again. So, in this context, in Paderu, we have similar situation which he explained that under the 67 Forest Act, Section 4 and then subsequently the Section 15 and 25 are happening now. 67 to now. There is one case which the revenue people got me, which is, see, 3,600 farmers whose settlement patta has to be, was what it's called the award by the settlement officer was passed in their favor. But the Forest Department has challenged this again because some procedure was not followed. So the court has said restart proceedings. We tried to plead in front of the court saying, my lord, 40 years they waited for this. And if you say restart proceedings, they are not going to see the patta in their lifetime. So, as he said, the Forest Department is inclined to give FRA pattas in those areas, but not the settlement patta. So FRA patta, because they can pull it out from them again, and all those areas are where the bauxite deposits are. So they would have to go through an FRA like Niyamgiri, they would have to go through a process of vetting by the Gram Sabha, which they are unsure. So this is the game. So in FRA, it is a sad thing, though we have on record a lot of things. They've also agreed for community somewhere in Polavaram Dam, submerged area, they've also agreed. But the survey is a big problem. The demarcation is like they have said, if it's written 3 acres, he is given 1/3 of that 3 acres somewhere. He doesn't know where it is. So there's a lot of anomalies. And one main problem in Andhra is that the FRC is at Panchayat level. So it beats the process because one example in GK Vidhi Mandal, we have one panchayat with 36 villages. So even if you are a very sincere FRC committee member or a FRC committee, you have to conduct Gram Sabha in 36 villages. Who is going to do it? So, and in Khammam, the forest department feels they use the same technique to prove and show that non-tribals have encroached more than tribals. So in that sense, they want to, they have a very clear thing that they don't want to give anything to other traditional forest dwellers.
I was just wondering about one thing. Probably the impression which I got from the Gujarat panel was, in fact, it was mentioned by you, sir, that it is actually the Gram Sabha, which is, that's a very enabling and empowering feature that, and as we read about the FRA itself, that the Gram Sabha makes the decision and not the council. Whereas now Mr. Shastri just mentioned that the Gram Sabha can be bought and it should be the council. So there seems to be that, to say the very least, that we are dealing with something so complex that across two states, it seems to be two, polar opposite opinions about something as empowering and democratically relevant.
No, the issue is, one is as per the Forest Rights Act, the Gram Sabha has to constitute a Forest Rights Committee, and the Forest Rights Committee will decide who is the person or the community rights as on the cut-off date, 25th
December
2005. See, the issue is, the FRA is very clear that the officers will assist the Gram Sabha, but the officers have convened the meetings at their convenience. Like their convenience is mostly the Panchayat village, which is a roadside village. As he was telling, in all the tribal areas, each of the Panchayat has 10, 15, 20. In Telangana, it's because of the old Nizam type of villages, even 25 tribal villages are in one Gram Panchayat. So the villages or habitations are near the forest, where there is a real problem. Panchayat is a roadside village, the problem is not much. So when the participation of the people from those, it is not there. That is one this thing. Second is that when the officers convene the meeting, they will be abide by the targets given by the government officers, collector or this thing. So the government said you complete these things before the 2010 elections. So down the line, it is all target date, target coverage, but not the process. So when the process is not followed, then all this confusion arises. That is the thing. The other thing is the Forest Rights and Forest Act confusion, because we have already given details. I will only add one thing. Where the people are eligible for a settlement patta, which is a revenue patta, which doesn't have any kind of encumbrances with the Forest Conservation Act, they were not given. And they are given the Forest Rights Act patta with all kinds of encumbrances. So tomorrow, any time, they can give. Like what he mentioned, assignment patta. Assignment patta, the argument is that it is a government land given to poor people. So when we are given free to you, why should we pay compensation? I will take back. But the livelihood value is not counted. In a number of cases, they have taken back the deforum patta, assignment patta, without paying any compensation. So the livelihood compensation is not there. The other most dangerous thing is when the Polavaram project is constructed, when the FRA is not completed, in the submergence area, people will not get any kind of compensation because they don't have any rights decided. So even if the LA and RR Act says that the compensation could be given under for the FRA beneficiaries also, because they are not beneficiaries. And the intelligent among the people living in the forest areas, the non-tribals, they immediately got the patas. Now they get the compensation, and their eligibility itself is against the law, against the LTR. So ineligible people will get compensation. Eligible people, because the process is not completed, they will not get compensation. So this is a big. Then if they go back to the forest, then the Forest Conservation Act, criminalization. If they don't, if they stay there, they will get submerged. If they go to non-tribal villages and rehabilitation camps, they become paupers like any other people, like Ranchi, Rourkela experiment are there. So this is the biggest challenge. And now if the Naxalites from this Andhra-Orissa border are taking up this issue, that issue is diverted, saying that the outsiders are instigating. So the main issue, that is another issue maybe on the periphery must discuss. See, all the while, throughout the tribal struggles, the people are saying that British thought that tribals struggled against the government because of instigation by the Jamindars. And then when Komaram Bhemu struggled against the Nizam government, they thought that some lawyer from Asifabad has instigated, otherwise Komaram Bhemu doesn't have so much of knowledge about fighting and all these things. Similarly, the other thing, when Allur Sitaram Raju has fought on behalf of tribals, the Congress committee meeting held at a Kakinada, which is closer to that place, they said that, yes, we recognize the struggle, but because it is an armed struggle against Gandhi's these things, we disown that. That is the thing. So like that, the establishment has been misunderstanding the tribal problem. They don't separate the tribal problem and the unrest. Unrest in tribal areas, maybe by instigation, but unrest among the tribals is a continuing process for the last 250 years. This is the issue that must be understood.
I think we are already on overtime, so I will take the opportunity to thank the panelists for their presentations, the audience for their questions, and leave the vote of thanks to Namita for her closing statement.
I think
Sorry.
this has been an amazing day. I think I speak for everyone in the project that we are immensely grateful to you for coming here, for sharing your insights, and for giving us the best possible start to this research project that we could have gotten. So thank you so much. I think from the very start, when Mr. Verghese was setting out when we conceived of the project, we were thinking of it as this tricky triangle of complex of concerns that the Indian development process is facing. The need to develop and have resources to meet the welfare needs of a large and growing population, the need to protect vulnerable parts of the population in this process, and the need not to compromise the natural environment in this process. All legitimate concerns, all urgent concerns that have to be met simultaneously. And knowing that there are laws that laws are used as ways of trying to negotiate this, but also seeing that this is working and is not working in many places. It's working very unevenly. This was sort of our starting point, and I think that you've all been highlighting different aspects of this today, providing some clarity, a lot of confusion, or complexity rather, a lot of complexity. We knew that the political dynamics, the legal situation would be different in different parts of the country, but I don't think that we didn't realize how incredibly complex this is. And at least we're now confused at a higher level, which is a very good thing. And this project will go on for at least 3 more years. And we hope for more opportunities to convene meetings, discuss, and also have things to contribute of our own in the course of these years. And we'd like to keep in contact with you. We have a webpage for the project that is currently hosted at the cmi.no webpage. It will also be, there will be links from the CPR webpage. For those of you who are on Facebook, we also have a Facebook page, which is more interactive. If you want to post things that you do that are relevant, want to have debates going there, it would be really, really good. So we hope it has this very short name, Land Rights and Inclusive Sustainable Development in India. Very short, but that's how it is. You'll be able to find it. I think before, I should also I should also thanks, well, I guess I should also thank the funders, which is the project, and the conference is funded by the Norwegian Research Council under the collaborative project, which is called INDNOR with India. But most of all, I'd like to thank the organizers of this conference, headed by Namita in a very, very competent way, assisted by Plav, and also by Sonam. Where are you still there? And also by something that, by people who Namita just refers to as the urban team.
Some of them here. Arundhati is here. But there were others in the morning and they've left.
So warm thanks to you all. And for those of you who want to stick around for a little bit longer, tea is served in the same room as before. To the rest of you, I just want to thank you again so much for coming and for sharing and deliberating with us. Thank you.
And I just want to thank Siri for being an excellent project head. So.
And Siri, it's from confusion we go to fusion. So from fusion we go to confusion.
I also must say that the real estate is going to stay with me. My students will hear about it. It was really excellent.